I was wondering if someone can help me with a small problem that I'm having in regard to the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and that's to do with Autopilot. So, for some reason, I've just flown from Birmingham and I'm going all the way to Mallorca in a Cessna. I've got fuel set to unlimited, so I'm just doing a long gas fuel, flight in this thing, um, just to get used to controls and what everything does. I've got a lot of things automated, like radios and things like that. So, by the by, I'm just playing really with the autopilot now. I seem to have this problem with every flight sim that I've played. Um, Kind of works and then just stops working for some reason. So I was flying over the English Channel basically, and I had autopilot on. I was trying to climb to. I was roughly at about 11,000 feet, and the radio control tower told me that they wanted me at 17,000. So I started to climb very slowly. It was getting pushy, saying, get to the 17,000. Um, when I reached about, I don't know, 15,000, I requested for a 15,000 altitude change, which they accepted. So I adjusted my altitude on the autopilot and made it stick to 15,000. After a while, um, for some reason, the autopilot started to go a little bit nuts and started to climb, and I couldn't stop it. And so I had to turn the autopilot off and adjust accordingly. I put it down to ice build-up. It's a little Cessna, so I thought to myself, maybe it doesn't like the ice build-up on the Cessna. So I then requested a altitude change of 10,000 feet, which they accepted. I descended to 10,000 feet and turned on the autopilot, and I still had the same problem. And now, what's getting me now? I don't understand. So I then dropped to about 3,000 feet, ignoring what the radio was telling me. I was dropped to 3,000 feet to try and get rid of the ice. I got rid of the ice and then started to climb again. And this was all done manually because I couldn't turn the autopilot on. I got back up to the 10,000 feet where I was supposed to be, and I decided to, once I was all leveled off and it was all on target, everything was fine, just turn the autopilot on again. The same thing happens, the plane just goes nuts. Now, what it's actually doing is it's setting the trim all the way down, uh, making the plane climb. I've been through every single setting. I haven't done anything wrong. It's just all of a sudden the plane's just going nuts. I've got all the navigation turned on, everything, so it should be sticking to course. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you what it's actually doing. So, at the moment, I'm not touching any controls. I'm just going to be lined up in roughly heading in the direction I need to head in. I will set the vertical speed and everything basically, and then just turn on autopilot. It'll go nuts. I'll turn it off instantly. Then I'll go onto the outside of the plane, and I'll show you. If you look at the trim down in the bottom right hand corner, it starts to descend down at 100%, and I cannot figure out why it's doing it. So, if anybody else is experiencing this or they know why the plane is doing this, please let me know because I'm lost. Because I think this happens to me in every flight sim. So, without further ado, let's get into the plane. Okay, so you can see now my plane is declining ever so slightly, so I'm just going to trim the nose up ever so slightly. See, it wants me at 10,000, so I'm going to basically just keep trimming the nose down. Okay, I'm doing this all manually at the moment. I'm going to trim the nose about there. So you can see the flight director is telling me that's where I should be at. Trim the nose down a little bit more because I'm climbing. Get this so it's roughly steady. I'm flying away from my course, but that's by the by at the moment. Okay, so I'm roughly steady. Still climbing. This nose down. Okay, so quick look at the plane. You can see that the trim is set midway. Okay. Got a slight climb on still. I'm going well off course here, but never mind. I've got a little bit of ice build up on the screen, as you can see. I'm going through a cloud at the moment. I'm leveling off now, 9,130 feet. Right, okay, everything's good. So, if I put vertical speed on, I want a 10,000 feet. I'm not going to adjust the nose just yet. Still climbing, look. Okay, I have navigation on, headings off, flight director's on. I'll just reset that, turn that back on, and you can see the flight director will jump back into the same position where I am now. Got a slight climb going. I'm banking ever so slightly. I'm going to level off. So, pretty stable. I'm not all over the place. You know, okay, I'm having to adjust my trim here and there just to kind of keep me level. I am at full throttle. Okay, shouldn't need to be. I can actually decline that. Let's bring that down to about 85% throttle. 86, that'll do. Right. All is good. Other than me going away from it.
Please expedite your climb to 10,000 feet.
Yeah, okay. So I started to get a bit of a descent going on the go now, so let's just basically put that back up. But I'm missing the point of this whole video, so I'm gonna basically what's gonna do now is I'm gonna hit the autopilot. So you can see the flight director is pretty much banged on where I am. The nav's gonna want to turn me, I get that, right? But I'm at nearly 10,000 feet. But if I turn this on, watch now. Okay, I'm instantly going into an absolute nuts. And I cannot figure out what the hell is going on. So I've done a complete 180 there. And now I have to fight the plane to get it back. Let's get back on course slightly. Right, heading in the right direction now. Right, I'm going to level all back up again. So I'm going to have to put my nose all the way down. Okay. I'm fighting this with the joystick, by the way. Right. Okay, so bring it back up.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Condor 1288, descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Got a hell of a climb going on. Okay, leveled off again. Pretty much. Still got a bit of a climb going, but never mind. Okay. So, I'm at 8,800 feet now. Go outside the plane. Okay. Watch the trim as soon as I turn on autopilot. What the hell is going on? I just can't fathom it out. I don't know why it's doing it. If anyone's got any ideas, I just can't turn the autopilot on. I don't know what's occurring. I'm lined up, but the plane just wants to go absolutely nuts and go either really it just points its nose up into the sky. If you leave it, it goes into a complete barrel roll going down towards the ground because it's stalling. So, yeah, help.